So today I've decided to do a bit of a different video. I'm doing a reaction to the UK Foundation Programme. Allocation system, which will basically tell me which region of the country I'm going to be living in next year. So for some very, very brief context, just because I'm dying to find out what these results are, there are 18 regions of the country, which include things like all of Scotland, all of Northern Ireland, and the rest all divided up, and you rank them from 1 to 18. Then you have to send this off back in September, so ages and ages ago, and it's a firm deadline. If you miss it, you miss it, but you can still tweak and move around your options back into right until I think February time. I'm not sure if kind of stupidly, I kind of around exams decided to move around some of my options. So I had initially put Wessex and London quite high up, and then I've moved them down. I don't think it's going to make any real difference to London, but it might have for Wessex. The main thing that I want is the Oxford deanery. It's really small, it's quite close to home for me, and I think it would be quite convenient for my partner because we've been long distancing for the last 3 years, and I don't know, I think it would be really nice to get to live together, and it would be nice for me to not drag him to somewhere really, really random in the country that's really far away and inconvenient for his work. I'll show you what I ranked originally because I can't actually remember, but from my main memory, I wanted somewhere ideally in the south. I would be relatively happy with somewhere in the Midlands too. I think the main goal is to get something within the main island of the UK. So ideally, not the Hebrides, not Jersey, which is really far, and not the Isle of Man or Northern Ireland. So those are the main goals today. So we will see what I get on the allocation system. I think it came out around 7 a.m. this morning, but I'm on GP placement and today is our day off. And it's been a really, really hectic placement full of commuting. So today I had a massive lie-in. I've had a few messages about what I've gotten, but I've been putting off looking, so I could do this as a live reaction. Let's see. I figured though that it should be entertaining to watch, especially if I've gotten something bad. I watched a lot of videos this time last year, and yeah, some of them were very cute to see. Some of them quite upsetting, especially if somebody got their like 18th choice, and it was like really, really unexpected. But let's see. So I'm just logging into Oriole, which is the main like application portal that we use. Oh, no way. No. Okay, so it has come up immediately. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. I think I've got like my 8th choice-ish, 9th choice maybe. Okay, this is very much not what I was expecting, and also it's just flashed up on the screen as the first thing as you log in. I don't know, I'm not super happy with what I've gotten. I don't know, I think the thing is, I was like, applying to this, I was like, it's fine, I'll be flexible with whatever I get, even if I have to move very, very far from home. This is very much on the boundary of what I was like, I would be really upset about. So yeah, this is really quite far down in my allocation preferences. So I'm guessing I must have gotten quite low down in the application system. I'm a little bit annoyed because I did get offered something on a separate system last month where you apply to a specific hospital, but I think, and that was around Poole area, so quite far down south. I didn't pick it because, one, the job had a lot of psychiatry in it, which I wasn't so keen on after my placement experience. But also I was really curious to see if I could get Oxford deanery, because that's what I really wanted. So I have been allocated the North West Midlands deanery. I don't know, I have been to North West Midlands deanery a fair bit, just because that's where my partner's from originally, and that's not, he doesn't really want to go back there. And we have some like friends that live there too, so it's not like a completely blind shock area to me. Like, I have been before, which is good. Was it what I was expecting? No. And I haven't really had much experience with the hospitals. There have been some controversies, so that's fun. One of my housemates, her brother went there for his deanery application, which sounded like he had an okay time. But yeah, it doesn't, I don't know, I'm not sure how to feel about it. It's kind of cold, and it's kind of far away, and I've never lived there for much time. I'm not really sure exactly what hospitals are there. I know there's Wolverhampton, and I know there's Stoke-on-Trent. I think there's like Telford. Oh man. I'm not sure how my family and my boyfriend's gonna react to this, to be honest. I think I probably will accept the job, because I think I just told my mum I would reject the job if I got something like Northern Ireland. But this is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because I also can't drive yet. So, oh, we will see. We will see. I don't know. It's not what I was expecting, to be honest. Because it's low down in my list. Like, it's been, like, it was, I'd say, about midway to the end. Like, it was, I would say, I think it was, I can't even remember where in my list it was, but it was somewhere at least between like 7th and 11th. So not high up at all. So it's not bringing me too much joy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and make the most of an unexpected or like bad situation. And I try and look at it positively. Yeah, it's far from home for sure. I don't know. It's far. It's far from home. It's an area I'm familiar with. I know a lot of the dog activities in the country, because I like to spend a lot of time with my dogs, and a lot of the kennel club things do happen to be around there, which is, I guess, okay. So I guess I can still do some hobbies and activities. It's not that far from my partner's current job. Maybe he could stay there for 2 years, although I don't think he likes his job very much and he wanted to move to London. Maybe I could take up something like horse riding. I feel like that would be cheaper to do there. Cost of living there is a bit cheaper. I'm guessing it's not that far from like Wales and like the north, and I could probably do some more hiking. I don't know, there are parts of the Midlands I'd have preferred, and what makes me worried is that I must have been very, very low on the list to have gotten North West Midlands, because I know North West Midlands is one of the least popular deaneries in the entire country. In fact, I think it might be the least popular deanery, because like I think it was like 0.39 people were applying as their first choice for the number of spaces that they had last year. I think it was the lowest, which is bad, because if you've done really, really poorly on the original list, they still use that list when determining where you're going to get within that deanery and which jobs you're going to get. So if I've gotten so far down on my original list and I've gotten something that's really, really unpopular, that means that I'm going to be really, really quite low down within that deanery. So I'm going to get the jobs in the hospitals that people don't want. So that's great. That's really great to hear. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to tell my family this, because I don't think they're going to be very happy. I think my boyfriend's going to be really sad. But this was a group decision. He and I we made a joint decision to reject the offer for a job that I had in Poole, because we wanted to see what we would get. It was a joint decision, so he comes down with me on this one. We'll see, but I'm not happy. I don't know, I'm not happy. I'm not as sad as I could be, but I'm not happy, if that makes sense. This has been quite shocking news. It was so far down my list that I can't even tell you how far down my list it was. Definitely wasn't in my top 5 or 6. But also it makes me wonder, because that means I wouldn't have gone East of England. East of England is very, very popular. No, it's very unpopular. There are 800 spaces. And so if I didn't, that was like my third choice. That seemed like a safety net. Maybe fourth choice, but it was very high up there. I don't know, I was like, oh, like, we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be great. We will enjoy relocating somewhere for fun for 2 years. It's been kind of disastrous. I think you have to bear in mind what the worst case scenarios can be with these things. And even though you hear the success stories of what some of your friends get and how they can be in like the top 300 people in the year, you can also be really, really unlucky. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't like the new system, I have to say, because if it was based on anything else, like academics or, I don't know, some sort of exam or like extra degrees or whatever it was before, I would have done pretty fine. I would have done better on the old system than I'd have done on the new system, even though I go to Cambridge and the cohort I rank against is like very competitive, because like I would at least be in the top half. Now I'm like in the bottom, like, I don't know, like 10-15%. So yeah, I've been really kind of over by the system. And it's frustrating, because I had no concept of like how I was going to do on this. Like, I could have been first in the country or I could have been last in the country and I wouldn't have known. It's interesting because we also saw a spreadsheet of what people had applied for last year at uni and what they got, and there were not many people who were allocated beyond their 5th choice. So for me to have gotten this is not looking very good. It means I must have ranked really badly. I don't know. I'm gonna go have breakfast now and decompress and probably complain to my family about this for some time. But yeah, I think I'm glad I got the reaction video, because it's useful to see and to show you that you might not get what you want, and it's not up to you at all. I tried to play it slightly safer by not going for what could have been my top choice, which was London, and going for the one next to it, which I was equally happy with, which was the Oxford deanery. I was hoping for something like Reading, to be honest, or Slough, which, you know, aren't even like extremely crazy, incredible places in the country to work, but seemed commutable to London and not too far from my house. But it is what it is. Life kind of sucks sometimes, and yeah, and you know, medicine in general, it seems like they don't really care about your well-being or your happiness or anything. They just are very prepared to let you be sent off anywhere. So yeah, we'll see. I have no concept of what the hospitals are like, but I'm guessing I'm gonna have to rank everywhere within this deanery very soon. So I'm gonna have to brush up on my geographical knowledge of this area, or I'm gonna have to be unemployed for the next year. So I could look forward to either of those, I guess. Yeah, these weren't the news I was expecting today, and am I happy? No. Will I be okay? Yes, probably. I'm gonna have to find out some sort of silver linings to the situation, pick up some hobbies, find friends, because all of my friends live in the south. Nobody I know is sent to this deanery, so I'm kind of. But anyway, it's bad. It's not as bad as it could have been. I could have been sent to Northern Ireland, or maybe to Cornwall or Northern Scotland, and it would have been worse. But to be honest, this is up there. This is up there in terms of bad outcomes. That for me, based on my list of preferences, you know, being allocated like your 9th-ish choice isn't amazing, but we'll see. It's bad. Anyway, that is all from me today. I have had enough. I need a break.